Hello, my name is Tethlwyn Penry. I'm a solitary pagan witch. I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. Today's little chat is about inspiration. Now, a lot of you know that I write books. I write mostly non-fiction, but I do some fiction. I've got to stop there and say when I say I do, that's what we call Wenglish. I come from Wales, I speak English, and we come up with a very odd version of it, which is called Wenglish. So we put the word do in before all the verbs and we get I do go, I do think, and in that just you heard I do. I do some fiction as well, which I write under the name of T.P. Penry, mostly for young adults, because I've always enjoyed writing for children. I used to write for my own, and people sometimes ask me, well, where does your inspiration for writing come from? So I thought we'd have another little playlist on writing, on the way we write, because a lot of us write, we keep journals, we keep books of shadows, things like that, and the matter of inspiration is important. Otherwise, what we write will not be authentic. It will not be authentic to us. It will be stuff that we have copied, downloaded, copied and pasted, and we never really get our own voice. So just as I write novels as well as non-fiction, you are writing your own account of yourself, your own autobiography, really, in your journals, in your scrapbooks, in your books of shadows, magical journals, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm in the process of writing one young adult story, which is set in Wales, in North Wales, and it's set in the 6th century, back in the Dark Ages. And one of the characters in it, one of the main characters, comes from Constantinople. And you might think, why? What on earth has that got to do with it? Well, I'll tell you what inspired me. What inspired me was reading, when I was researching something else entirely, and I read how in North Wales they had done an archaeological dig some years back. And one of the things they had discovered was a jewel, an intaglio jewel, which came from Byzantium, Constantinople being the capital of Byzantium. And of course that got me thinking, well, whose was it? How did it come there? Did someone give it as a gift to a friend who then came from Constantinople and brought it with them? Did they give it to a Welsh person who then lost it? Was it a person living in Wales who actually came from Byzantium? And this is how the inspiration flows. And one of the things you have to do with your inspiration is you must use it. Now, this is something intrinsic to writing. It's no good saying, I want to write a book. It's my dream to be published. Yes, fine. But you also have to work at it. You have to work at your grammar, your writing style. There's plenty of help out there. I mean, you can buy, the Oxford Guide to Style. You can buy a good thesaurus. You can find a lot of these things online, which is something, gosh, I never dreamed of that when I was young. It's fantastic. There is so much help available, but you are the only one who can work at it. So if you're going to write something in your journal or your book of shadows or what have you, prepare it. Don't just go scribbling mad and think, that's the best I can do, that's my finished version. Because trust me, it isn't. You may have to go through, many rewrites before you refine it, before you hone it down into something that is really worthy of being called yours. So inspiration is one of those things, you must not hurry it. The inspiration might come as a snap thing, a moment where you find, oh wow, that's fantastic. And you start to think about it, but don't give up there. You have to work at it. And I thought I would do a couple of these little videos on writing. They're quite interesting because we write our spells, we write our rituals, and it all interconnects. If you're going to write a ritual, please don't just write it and have done with it. You have to think about it. You have to plan it. You even rehearse it. And it will be the better for it. I've never stopped learning as I write. Not just research on a subject. I've never stopped learning when it comes to how I write. My style, how I do things. I'm always trying to learn more. And this is one of the great things about being a witch. You are always trying to learn. You're trying to push yourself on in a world that really isn't ready for us. It never has been. So we are up against it, and we have to work, and we have to study, and we have to practice. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll catch up again soon, I hope. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.